Another one. Almost everyone knows of the Home Guard. It was set up to defend the country from a German land invasion. Farmers John Seeley and Francis Stott were two of its members here on Mendip. In a wood near Green Ore, they took me to a secret hideaway and told me of their involvement in an equally secret organisation, the Auxiliary Army Units. The bunker was built for their unit by the regular army and was so well camouflaged I would certainly never have found it.
That's the entrance.
That's it.
It must have been very different at the time that you were using this bunker.
Oh yes, all this was all wood here. Trees are all gone. It's all all been cleared since we were here. The entrance into this bunker was by the side of a big tree, all overgrown on the top. You used to lift that up and clamber down in and get into the shelter underneath.
So you had a trapdoor, did you?
Yeah, but it was all camouflaged over. No, you couldn't find it. Not if you didn't know exactly where it was to.
So what do you reckon, Francis? Do you reckon we can actually get in there?
I reckon we can with great difficulty.
Ooh. Is this the original size?
This is it?
Yes, this is it, yes.
So John, what was the Auxiliary Army Unit?
They were formed to be a resistance movement to work behind the enemy lines when the Germans invaded this country. And we were trained in the use of explosives, and our job was really for sabotage.
Both of us were in the local Home Guard for about 12 months before we were asked if we would join this auxiliary units, which we didn't know anything at all about. So we did join, and then we had to sign the Official Secrets Act. None of our families knew anything about what we were doing, and all through the war they didn't even know what we were doing.
And when we were never very popular with the local Home Guard, I got the impression they didn't like us very much after, because we left their unit down in...
Yeah, but we were equipped a lot better than they were, weren't we?
We had better equipment. They didn't have such good equipment by a long way.
What was the difference?
Well, we had Thompson submachine guns and revolvers.
Revolvers, fighting knives, knuckle dusters, rubber boots, commando boots, overalls.
And they couldn't make out what we were up to, I don't think.
They knew that we were doing something different, but they hadn't got a clue of actually what we were doing.
Of course, our parents didn't know. They didn't know I was in it. They didn't know. My parents didn't know I was in the Auxiliary Army Unit.
You were sworn to secrecy.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, this secret bunker, you couldn't really swing a cat in here, could you? So how many of you were there?
Well, there were six or eight of us when we were all together.
About 8 mostly in these cells. The trapdoor coming down, the shaft coming down into it was over there, and the trapdoor was on the top. We came down in here, and this is where we kept our explosives and booby traps and all the rest of it, all the other equipment.
Well, we used to go out in the old quarry at Dorset, which was the ex-Great Western Railway quarry, where we used to use all this explosive. We had blasting gelignite and plastic explosive, which was a very safe explosive. You could do anything with that. But the blasting gelignite, if you undid that, and you get the most terrible headache you ever had in your life. We could blow the tracks off a tank, or cut a railway line in half, or a tree, or anything else like that with explosives. Revolver practice, unarmed combat practice, you name it, we used to do it.
Yeah. So you could both take me out
so
with
we were
your
really,
bare hands.
yeah, we were really trained in sabotage.
Cut your head off too.
Cut my head off, right.
We had garrison wires. We had, but we had a pull switch. You had that anchored onto wherever it was. You had this trip wire
across the road
or wherever it may be.
I see, and when somebody actually
found this wire,
actually pulled.
Right, there was a detonator in the end here, and you had exploding fuse to wherever your explosive was, and then that set the whole thing off.
So all quite lethal, really.
It wasn't at the time, But I tell you what, the steel sheeting that they made this with, those elephant shoulders, there was some damn good stuff in those things. They stood 50 years of it, look.